Trijicon SRO. I picked it up a week and a half ago for my Staccato XC. I replaced my loophole Delta Point Pro. That's right, I replaced the Delta Point Pro with an SRO. I was gonna say XC. This dot I am in love with. I've wanted it since it came out in late 18, early 19, whatever it was. I went with the 5 MOA variant. Before I delve too far into this though, if anybody, I have my my Delta Point Pro posted on Gunbroker. I have to check my email about that, by the way. So remind me at the end of the video, to check your emails and see if anyone's hollered at you. If no one's hollered at you, if any of you guys see this and you are interested in a Delta Point Pro, it's just black. It's like the 2 or 2.5 MOA model. Let me know in the comments below. I'll make you a good deal on it if you're from my YouTube channel. Better deal than I have on Gunbroker, which I think is a good deal because it's lightly used. It's like a year old. So, pardon me. Yeah, I picked this up like a week and a half ago. I was gonna take it out, shoot it last weekend, but I was in Maryland for a wedding on the beach. So now that I'm back, either tomorrow or Monday, weather pending, I'll be out at the range testing her out. But this is the 5 MOA model. Yes, I have been waiting. I got this off Euro Optic, by the way. If anyone doesn't want to pay any crazy COVID prices like 600 to 650 bucks for one of these, I got this for like 500 from Euro Optic. So check Euro Optic out. They have the 1 MOA, the 2.5 MOA, and the 5 MOA. I had to wait a couple days for the 5 to come back in stock, but it did, and I snagged it. It was at my house in like 2 days, dude. So, in front of the box here, I'll show you guys the contents. If I can get it open. Nice padding here. By the way, there is no gasket inside for waterproofing. I know this is like a waterproof box that you could throw and you or lose in the ocean when you wreck your boat, along with all of your other stuff and things, but it's not waterproof. So these are the contents. We have a product catalog from Trijicon with some of their other stuff and things that they offer. Maybe get an MRO soon for my rifle, I'm not sure. I want that Unity Tactical Fast Mount. That thing is so sweet. I just am tired of like turtlenecking my rifle, man. I'm ready to just straight neck it for the rest of my life. So warranty card with a thank you on the back. You're welcome, by the way. Thanks for making some pretty sweet stuff, Trijicon. So yeah, warranty card, how to register for your warranty if that's something you're into. I really need to do that. Here is the product specific SRO user manual. So useful information there. Nose isn't growing. I went through it a little bit briefly. So, and then this is the last piece of the puzzle here inside of the box. It is a nice little hex tool for the screws that come with it to mount it. Now this thing here is utilizing the RMR footprint patented technology for your adjustment on either side. Obviously, you guys heard about the legal lawsuit with Trijicon and Holosun. If you didn't, do you live in Bikini Bottom under a rock with Patrick? So, anyways, I digress. Easy to change the battery. It is a top-loading battery. I think it takes the CR123A. I don't know. I hope so, because I have a bunch of those laying around. But yeah, top loading, not like the RMR where you have to take the optic off, and then the odds are you may have to re-zero it. So that's pretty convenient. Like I said, for adjusting the brightness on either side. One side you've got the negative, obviously, next side the positive. MOA adjustments here and here, windage and elevation. Pretty neat. I think one click is 1 MOA. I think that's like that on most handgun red dots. Not sure, we'll find out either tomorrow or Monday because I have not zeroed this yet, but I don't think it's gonna need much to get it to 0. It's pretty close to where it should be. But yeah, I might have to make a couple adjustments. I don't know. So like, if I can get it, hold still for a second. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty close. I might have to drop the elevation just a little bit. But yeah, I am really a fan of this optic. The reason why I replaced the Delta Point Pro, I just wanted to get into this briefly. Whenever I was like presenting the gun to myself, when I was using the Delta Point on this, I have this issue because I've shot Glocks for 8 years. Yeah, like 8 years, where I Glock wrist a lot of guns, even if they're not Glocks. This isn't a Glock. So I like Glock wrist. So I'll overcompensate that like extra torque, and then I'll end up having to come back up to find the dot. And that was why I didn't really like the Delta Point Pro, because the window is wide, but it's narrow. So whenever I present the gun, I'm like either overcompensating for that, and then I have to tilt the gun back up to get the dot back in the window, or I'm undercompensating, which I did that more, where I just pull it up and I have to tilt the gun down because I didn't tilt it down enough. So this here, like every time I present it, and I've done this hundreds, and I mean hundreds of times since I've got this dot, it's just there every fucking time because it is a huge window. This window is gigantic, which I love. Also, while I'm talking about the big window, sure, you can't use it as a hammer like you can with an RMR, but don't use your red dot as a fucking hammer. Use your use your huge magwell as a hammer, or just use a hammer like a normal person. If you drop it and you break it, it's a Trijicon, bro. Just get in touch with them and they'll send you a new one. Or you can just go to Jaegerworks and get that like neat frame that they make that like encases it. It just adds durability. It's, I don't know, one solid piece of machine steel, I think, hopefully. So yeah, this thing's neat. I really like it. I like it way better than the Delta Point Pro, but the Delta Point Pro is still a sweet dot. It's smaller, it's less obtrusive. Although, let me just say this too while I'm talking about obtrusion. If your red dot doesn't obstruct the overall girth of the body of your gun, sorry, I'm not good at explaining stuff, then you don't have to worry about it printing on your person when you're carrying. Because if you carry appendix like this, you have the gun like this, you should have more obstruction from something that points away from your body, because either way you carry, your magwell is gonna point away from your body. So if you're right here in the middle and you have, a lot of people have a narrower torso. A lot of people have a narrower torso than I do. This is gonna probably, might even be outside of the natural body line you have here, the edge of your rib cage and your belly, I guess, if you will. So you're gonna have some more obtrusion on this than you will this. So that's why, like, some holster companies I know, like Tier 1, doesn't even ask you if you want your custom holster built for a gun that has a red dot, because they're just gonna build it that way regardless anymore. It doesn't make sense to have extra polymer, or yeah, there where you were, or yeah, it doesn't make sense to have extra material where it went, because I don't know, they make all kinds of different, other companies make different kind of holsters with different materials, but it doesn't make sense to have extra material there if you don't need it. Not that that necessarily adds obtrusion to the overall build of the holster itself, but arguably it can. So just get rid of it. You don't need it. This here really doesn't. What I'm trying to say is that, like, this versus the RMR, if you want to get the RMR because it's going to print less, you really need to reevaluate your overall thinking when it comes to a holster and how it's designed. Because sidecar holsters, this specifically, you're going to have a mag carrier sitting right next to this that's going to be just going to have like a slight cant on it. It's going to already have a little bit more obtrusion. So you're filling in a void here. And it doesn't really matter how like vertical something is, as long as it's not horizontal. You don't have to worry about printing. Sure, it may just be like a little bit more uncomfortable, but probably not, because overall, this whole area here is what touches your body. This area here, between this and the mag carrier, right next to it, you don't have to worry about. Not just for people that carry appendix. There are people that still carry FUD. I mean, old Western style, you know, on the hip. For you guys, I don't know what to say. Get with the times or get lost. Just kidding. Everybody does their own thing. I don't. As long as you carry a gun, man, I fucks with you. Sort of. Anyways, I digress in that regard. The optic itself, I really like. Like I said, I've just presented this thing numerous times, just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, and I can't, like, I mean, I could, where's the dot? You know what I mean? It's just so hard to not find the dot in this gun. It's stupid. So that's what's going to make this good for competition, because I am shooting this gun in steel challenge and knockdown and some USPSA 9mm minor. I love this thing. God, that was weird. I'm sorry. Don't cringe. I'm going to cringe with you. I love this gun. So it's never going anywhere. This will be an heirloom in my family. So anyways, any questions about how it was mounted to this Staccato XC, feel free to drop in the comments. If you have any questions about like tier 1 concealed holsters, I have like 4 of them. I have one for this, I have one for the 19X, I have one for the MR920, and one for my 43X. I'm probably gonna get one for my 17, just because I have a Gucci 17 that just sits in the safe and might as well carry it. Yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for this one. I've got a bunch more videos on stuff that no one ever talks about that I should be making. Stay tuned for those. Everything's kind of starting to settle down in my life, so I feel like I can get like on a normal uploading schedule, maybe, hopefully, sort of. Take you guys with me to a couple. I'm not taking you with me to a couple. I'm never gonna be involved in one of those. Take you guys with me to a couple matches this year, hopefully, and I plan on taking the 19X to, I think, Tennessee with me. I think I'm gonna go do a class this fall in Tennessee with one of my best friends, and that gun is getting milled for an SRO too, so I will be picking up a second SRO. Probably another 5 MOA. I really like the 5 MOA. It's nice. I don't know why I was always into like the 1 MOAs and the 1.5 MOAs, because I'm not shooting a handgun at 200 fucking yards. I ain't doing it. So, any questions, feel free to drop in the comments below. If you're interested in Delta Point Pro, hit me up. I've got a lot of comments to reply to. I appreciate everybody's support as of recently. I reminded myself now that I have to check my email for my gun broker. I'm going to do that now. So thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. This is Armory. See you in the next one.